what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Gray's Dynamics. First and foremost, thank you to each and every one of you and all 1,400 of you who have decided that, you know what, you wanted to make me part of your subscription. Like, I appreciate the fact that you think that I'm worthy of subscribing to me, watching my channel, looking at content that I bring, bringing forth feedback and comments, and just insight into sim racing or just how to make my podcast or these videos better for all of you. So I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. For those who've been with me from the very beginning, thank you very much because you believed in me when I was green. So I appreciate that. For those of you who are just coming on, thank you for joining and helping me along the way. I take the comments I get from the people who first started with me to the comments of the people who just joined. I take them all seriously. I take them all with proper feedback. Now, granted, if you're just going to be mean to just be mean, obviously, you know, as they say in life, you can kick rocks. But at the end of the day, I appreciate your feedback because comments and, you know, feedback from you all make me better in the long run. So I just want to say thank you for that. I want to say thank you to my sponsor, Matt at Simulation R Us. This all started because, again, he posted on Facebook. He wanted some people to try some of his wheel stands. And they were so good. They were so great. I said, you know what? Let me market them for you because you make such a great product. You come up with great ideas. I would love to just market your stuff. And since then, we've had a great connection. He's sent me some wonderful stuff. And now as I'm starting to make this Picorni wheel in the near future, I'm hoping that he can become a resource, not just for myself, but for you all. If you decide to go down that 3D printing route, he's got great resources. He actually works in the business, so he knows a lot about this information. So I think he can bring a lot of valuable insight. And my goal is to actually get him on one of these videos one day. So if he sees this, hopefully he's like, yeah, I'll join. And then he'll bring some insight that he knows about the business as well. Thanks to the members who decided to join me again. I mean, you're spending your hard-earned money on me. I want to thank Todd, Mr. Anderson, Norman, and of course my guy Matt, who's my sponsor, but also is a member. So I think that's really awesome. So thank you for that. This video is about something practical, something useful, something that I think will benefit everybody out there if you're a sim racer, and it's Lovely Racing. And I'm just going to say Lovely Racing as a whole, not just the dash, not just the pit wall, which I'm going to show you, but just all the stuff that they have on that wonderful Discord channel. He has over 3,000 people who are subbed to his Discord that uses Dash in many different ways. Not many members, meaning converting them from, you know, just people who are on his site and use his Dash to those who subscribe are paid members and who just pay it forward. And I believe whether you're on a Lovely Racing member or you're part of Yope Dashes or anybody else out there, if you're using their content, granted, you can get it for free. And it's awesome that they do this. But there's something to be said about becoming a paid member, even if you just want to do a one-time donation to help them along the way. Because let's think about it at the end of the day. He created this dash with no money from me. Not one dime was spent from me when I started using it. Now I see the benefit of using it. I want to pay it forward. And again, I became a member because I believe that little bit that I pay every month, which is like $4, is totally worth to help support and get more access to not only the great products that he makes, like the Pitwall, but to support and help him grow. Because you figure if he has more time to do this, then I can't imagine what he'd come up with next. Same with Yoke Dashes. If you have the ability to become a member and support or even a one-time donation, and again, I get nothing from recommending this. I just want to let you all know that. I get not one dime from recommending this or anything else. So I hope that you decide to just check it out, maybe a one-time donation to help pay it forward, because again, support the little guy trying to support you. That's all I'm going to say about that. But again, this dash is awesome. I love every bit of it. I use a dash and now I use the Pitwall. And it is probably some of the best I've ever used between Lovely Racing and Yope Dashes. I did post a video on Yope Dashes. I'll highlight it up here up above so that you have that in case you want to watch that. But again, another one, and I've kind of learned whether I want a unique dash to the car, I go with Yope Dashes. Lately, I've been using the Lovely Racing dash because I want to have information right here in any car that I'm driving, and it's always in the same place. So again, depending on what you want, you have those options. So I'd say either one, pay it forward, one-time donation, be thinking about becoming a member. And you don't have to spend your money. But like I said, think about it. They're creating a product that you're using and not asking you for anything. let me be an advocate for them and the hard work that they put into this and the hours and time and blood and sweat they put into developing these things for us. So I appreciate them both. But again, today we're talking about the lovely Dash and the lovely Pitwall, which I think are awesome. If you haven't seen them before, I'll include the link down below to his Discord page. Check it out, pay it forward, use it, and it'll change your life. So as you can see here, I have the lovely Dash on my screen. I love to use it because, again, it just makes life 10 times easier. As you can see, there's a litany of information you get on the Dash, and what we could do is, if you have it on like a screen where you can touch screen, you can tap on the screen. But since I do not have it on my computer to show you, I'm going to just hit on this A button, and as you can see, in a game like AMS2, it's got a plethora of information that you can see. And this information is critical, important, and vital as you race. I mean, let's think about it here for a second. You know, there's some information you want immediately, and there's information you want to be able to access at a glance. So by changing any of these widgets, I guess you would call them, or different dashes within a dash, I can pull up information that's vital and critical to what I need. And as you can see here, like for me in AMS2 or iRacing, which I race most times I'm going to have my lap times here, and then I'll have my sector times here. But again, you can change it to whatever you like. In addition to that, where my fuel is, I can change. Now it says insufficient data because I haven't driven any. But what it'll start to calculate is my average and my laps, which is another great thing. That's just pretty much awesome, you know, that you can see. And then I can change here where my shift gears are. Like right now, you see it has the air temperature and the track temperature. So it has it in Celsius, and granted, if you use Fahrenheit, you have the ability to change those. But again, as you can see, I can put time, I can put delta times up there so I can see how well I'm doing. And let's go ahead and stick with this one here, just to see, so I can show you what's going on. So what we're going to do is, let's get on track. And being in AMS2, we'll get a little bit more information here that I believe will help. And I think, you know, as I use this dash, as with many things that I've used in sim racing, like I said, I just want to pay it forward and show you all great tools that I think would be useful for any of you. So by using this dash, as you can see, a plethora of information is being funneled in. And first and foremost, AMS2, R-Factor 2, iRacing, no matter what you're playing, a lot of these games is pulling forth data because it's using SimHub. I haven't actually tried it on R-Factor 2, so I can't confirm that it works or not, but I can say that I have played ACC with it, I have played iRacing with it, and now as you can see in AMS2, it works perfectly fine. And again, it's really dependent on the amount of telemetry data that is being shared with SimHub. As we know, iRacing is notorious for not really sharing anything, whereas games like AMS2 and ACC are sharing a plethora of information. And as you can see, you see the lap time that it has estimated for me. But as we start running, now we're going to start to see actual times it's going to start tracking. My sector times. Let's just get around the track so you can start seeing the information that it's sharing. You can see also, as I step on the gas, the throttle and brake, you can see that telemetry right below the shifter. I'm giving it the beans here, as they say. And I'm on Interlagos, which is one of my favorite tracks. I wish I had this car in iRacing. Like, I swear, man. These classic Formula cars, like this Senna, McLaren, just amazing. Like, I don't know what they got to do to get this car in iRacing, but this would be amazing to have. Just that and screaming at you. And as you can see, there's a litany of information that is coming across. Now obviously the estimated time will change once I get past this first lap, because then I'll have a guideline of what I've done my previous laps to change. So again, that's just a bit of information you can see there. Let's go ahead and get off the racing line and see what other information we can bring up for you to see. So we can see who's on track. We can see standings. We can see tire temps, which I wish they would have in iRacing. And again, I can change my sector times. Now that we've calculated some fuel, like all these things change. And they're dynamic because again, these things are happening in real time. Oh my god, though. I just can't get over the sound. This engine. I wasn't an F1 fan then, and I kind of wish I was. And granted, I can go back and watch him. But this is just absolutely epic. But again, like I said, I've got a dash that shares information that Ayrton Senna only wish he had. Alright, so this is the lovely dash, and again, I think it's worth, just this piece is worth its weight in gold. Because again, like I said, it can do all the things you want. So now let's take a look at the lovely Pitwall. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so what you're seeing now is, I think, my favorite thing that's just come out, and it's the lovely Pitwall. Now, you have some other things that are coming out as well, which maybe I can load them up and show them to you. But this is the lovely Pitwall. I think this may be the best thing ever. And I say that because I got the dash, which shows a lot of vital information, but there's only so much you can fit. Since I'm running that fourth monitor, where it really helps is being able to see more critical information at a glance. So as you can see now, you see all the cars on track, right? You can see all the names, you can see pit info, what lap they're on, and all that information. As they start running lap times, now you can start to see information pop up. And that information that pops up now becomes, for me, at a glance, I can look up and see where I am. And what we'll do is, as we do laps, I'll show you why it's important. Because if you're racing in a race, and you can glance at information to find out how well you're doing, sector times, lap times, where you're losing time, and be able to look at that at a glance, or if you're racing with friends, having the ability to potentially at some point, not sure where this is in development, and that's something I'd have to confirm, but being able to have this dash, and let's say me and a bunch of friends all have this dash, and we all pay for it ourselves. Now I can see information, because I can see everybody on track. I have the map there where I can see all of the track, everybody where they are, and see, okay, hey, looks, you know, you're running an endurance race, or, you know, running a team race, and you know what, you've got 2 cars behind you, you've got some GT cars coming up, right now this is what your tire temperatures are looking at, and things like that. So again, being able to have that information and being able to see it. Now where it becomes tricky, we know telemetry data is not shared across cars many times. There's some information that you can get, but not all of it you can get. So that's where it becomes tricky in how to use it for a team. Now granted, if I'm running this, but I got somebody, like maybe I'm mirroring it so somebody can see my screen, then they can see everything that I'm doing and be able to relay that information. But I can also see it by looking up gallons, I have sectors, lap times, damage to the car, how my tires are progressing. And then again, see where I am, what the temperature and track conditions are looking like. As you can see, my best lap, my last lap, how much time is left, what session I'm in a practice, where I am in the chart on this practice. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get on track, and then we'll let you see as it develops and as it moves forward and has the dynamic information filters in, just again how useful I think it is for any and everyone. And this is and I've recommended, just as a member of Lovely Racing, that this is one of those paywall items, because at the end of the day, like, you can't give everything away for free. Like, he makes a great product, so you might as well. But like, now I can look up at the track map and see just how close cars are behind me. I can see their lap time, so I can look up and say, okay, a 120.9 is the fastest lap. So now I know when I'm chasing. And yes, in many apps you can see this, like Race Labs or SDK. I can see the fastest lap time. What becomes even crazier is I can glance up and see sector times and where I'm losing. And again, many apps, I'm not gonna lie, there's probably some overlays that do this exact thing. But I think the presentation of how it does it for Lovely Racing is what, when I pair it with their dash, now I have a powerful set of tools. When you're doing any job, part of the advantage or part of the thing is to bring the right tools to the job. And if you're if you're a contractor, I have no idea why this is glitching so badly. It seems weird. Get some artifacts and feedback. But again, let's run this lap. See where I'm gonna fall. And like I said, I can look up and say, okay. Apparently I was drifting a little there. Again, more artifacts, I have no idea. So I'm gonna run this lap. I'm going to see where I fall in the sectors as I run this lap. Oh, look at that. Off track. Well, that doesn't help my cause, does it? That's going to ruin the estimated lap time there. So now we can say, okay, well, where am I? Oh. Not exactly what I was expecting. But you get the gist of it. Now you can look and say, okay, where am I on track? Like, granted, I don't have any damage on. I've turned damage off. But where am I on track? Okay, so we see I'm currently sitting in 10th place. I can see what my last lap was. I can see my sector times. And clearly, looking at Sector 1, I'm not doing too bad compared to the fastest lap. Like, my Sector 1 is faster at a 19.5. My Sector 2 is better than my first time, being that it's a personal best. And in the third sector, clearly I did not do so well. But again, because I'm using the pit wall, I have all of this information just by glancing up. I look for the yellow, where am I? Okay, awesome. And again, many of the bits of information can change depending on what options you have in layout. But this is clearly my favorite option. And the great thing about it is that Lovely Racing, he's always innovating, always making updates, always adding new elements to make your life better. And again, like I said, not doing it for a one dime. But I think it would be great if we paid it forward with a few dimes. You know what I mean? Because it's just a cool thing to do. So let's get one more lap in here. So as we see, my third sector is now purple. So I've run the fastest third sector of anybody. Let's see if I can get to the top of the boards. not drifting in a Formula car. That won't help, I don't think. The fact that they drove these cars with so little grip, all mechanical grip, there's no aerodynamic grip in this car whatsoever. But it's so much fun. Well, clearly this isn't going to be a fast lap, but let's see where we finish. You can see and track along the progress, how well I'm doing. Get across the line. We jumped up with that to P3. So clearly, as you can see, the tool is powerful. The tool, like any other tool that you use in game, you can use it for many different things. But I think where it becomes powerful is the ability to change and edit and manipulate and move, especially when it comes to the dash, all the different things. Now, granted, as you can see, if you click A, B, C, D, there's not much to click because all of the information that you see is here. From my understanding, there may be a different layout on here. Yes, there we go. But again, like, this just pulls in so much information. And again, that screen is not populating at this very moment. I'm in a practice session, so not going to populate with much. But again, it's just a powerful tool. And I think Lovely Racing, great job. Kudos to him and whoever's helping, I don't know. But kudos for all the work you put into this. You made an amazing product, one that I think needs to be recognized, and we need to just, give him a hand clap and a kudos and support him in any way you can. And again, any channel that you belong to, where somebody's putting in all this hard work, and it's not just Lovely Racing, it's not just Yoke Dashes, it's anybody who's putting in hard work to share something with you. You don't have to pay them for it. Many times they're not asking you to pay. They do put up Patreons, they put up, donations, because again, time goes into this. I can't tell you how many hours he's probably spent on this, but I guarantee you it's quite a lot. So if you can pay it forward, I would say do that. Check out, again, the link down below for his Discord to pay it forward. And I hope to see you on the track. And if you enjoy this content, please, by all means, thumbs up, notifications on, click the subscribe button, which I think is cool. If you want to support me in any way, become one of Gray's Racers. It's essentially 99 cents a month. Right now, I don't have anything to offer outside of occasionally doing some giveaways. And in fact, I have a Turn Racing 305 wheel rim that I'm likely going to give away just because at the end of the day, I don't use it. I love the rim, but I have my SRB rim and I never use the 305, and I think somebody else could benefit from it. Trying to sell it is not really, it's not my forte at times, and I can. But, getting 50, 60 bucks, I think it'd be better to send it to somebody and just let it make their day. So I'll figure out how to do that, how to get something put together to do some sort of raffle, and then we'll go from there. As always, again, I enjoy you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hope to see you on the next one. Talk to you later. Peace.